All right, last exercise for today. So exercise 4, consider the line y equals 4/3 x minus 5, which has a positive slope of 4 over 3. It says, given two equal slopes below, give interpretations of each in terms of the changes of y and the changes of x. Okay, so what are they saying? They're saying, talk about what that slope means. So in the first one, we have a top number of 4, so that means that the y values are 4, so we're going up 4. And the bottom number tells me we're going to go right 3, right? Because they're both positive. So up is positive, right is positive, up 4, right 3 is what that slope means. Now this slope over here means down 4 and then left 3. So notice it's the exact opposite. So what does this mean? Well, we're going to find out when we start graphing it. But B says, what is the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept we know is always on the back of the equation of a line, right? And we always like to consider, or we always need to consider that sign with it, because this is not a y is positive 5. This is b equals negative 5, which means we're going to start at negative 5 on the y-axis. So this is the first time we're considering a y-intercept that is on the bottom half of the graph. So let's use that. It says use the slopes in the y-intercept to graph the line on the grid. So we're going to always start with your y-intercept. That's at negative 5. So I plotted my y-intercept. Now I'm going to use this slope first, and you're going to see why I'm talking about that first, because we're going to end up using this one over to the right second. So my roadmap tells me up 4, right 3. So I'm going to do that. Up 4, right 3. Up 4, right 3. Here we go. Starting from my y-intercept, up 4, right 3. There's another point. Okay. Again, I'm going to continue as far as I can go to find all of the points that are on this line. Up 4, right 3, up 4, right 3. Okay, I've run out of space. But are these the only points that would fit on this graph paper from this line? No, clearly we have all of the space down here where there would be at least one more point, more than likely, right? So we're going to have to go back to our slope, and we're going to be talking now about this part of the slope. Okay, so this slope means down 4, left 3. So essentially, look what we've done. We have gone the opposite. So when we're looking for the opposite side of the graph, when we're looking for this left side of the graph, we need to take our opposite slope. So instead of going up 4, I'm going to go down 4. Instead of going right 3, I'm going to go left 3. Notice that these are opposites. This is opposite to this. And this is opposite to this. So all we've done is we sort of flip-flopped what we were doing before. So instead of going up 4, I'm now going down 4. Instead of going right 3, now I'm going left 3. So I'm going back to my y-intercept, down 4, and left 3. And I've just found the last point that will fit on this graph for this line. Okay. So now we're going to actually make our line, which will allow us to totally make sure that everything fits. There we go. It's a perfect straight line. Everything's going straight through the points. Okay. We can cap them off when we need to with our arrows that show that this keeps going, right? And then our last 2 steps would be to get rid of the guidelines and then label it. Okay. So why did we do this? Because this was a positive slope. We've already done positive slopes. So why do we do this? Why do we do this crazy thing with the minuses and stuff? Well, just like we were talking about at the beginning of the lesson, um, lines don't just live in the first quadrant, okay? They also don't always just have a positive y-intercept. So we need to take into consideration both the positive aspects to it and the negative. We need to see that lines can cross through on the negative portion of the y-intercept, and we need to see that lines do continue off to the left quadrants, these quadrants 2 and 3. And the way to find that is to do the opposite of what our roadmap was on the other side, okay? So if our roadmap was up 3, up 4, and right 3 to make a point, to go on the opposite side of the graph, we got to do the opposite, down 4, left 3, okay? You guys will get more practice with this on the next exercise and also on your homework, so good luck, and I will see you in the next lesson.